Good morning, students. Welcome back to the class. Now let us continue the chapter which is simple machine. In the previous session we have studied about the different types of simple machine, as you know that, and now we will discuss each and every type of the simple machines separately, individually, one by one we will discuss about each and every type of the simple machines. Okay, and the first type of simple machine is lever. The first type of simple machine is lever. What is lever? A lever is a rigid bar. A lever is a rigid bar or rod that can move about a fixed support or point. Means what? A rod or a bar, whenever it moves about a fixed point or fixed support, then that rod or bar is known as what? Lever. Okay, now let us see some terms related to lever. Now we will discuss about some terms, some topics which are related to this type, that means lever. Okay, first topic which is related to lever is that fulcrum. Now the question is that what is fulcrum? The fixed support or point about which the lever rotates is called fulcrum. That means what? The point or the support about which any rod or any bar rotates, about which any rod or any bar rotates, that support or that point is known as what? Fulcrum. And now next point is effort arm. What is effort arm? The distance between the fulcrum and the point where effort is applied is called effort arm. Means what? The distance between the fulcrum of a lever to the point of a lever at which we apply some force, that distance is known as what? Effort arm. Now next point is load arm. What is load arm? The distance between fulcrum and the load is known as load arm. Now all the points are clear. Let us see the next point. Now let us discuss the relation among load arm, effort and effort arm. We know that all these are related to lever. And what is the relation among them? Let's see. Here relation among them is that the product of load and load arm, is always equal to the product of effort and effort arm. Means what? Load into load arm is equal to effort into effort arm. And on transposing we will get load by effort is equal to effort arm by load arm. Now we have already studied about the ratio of load and effort, which is known as mechanical advantage. So you can say that mechanical advantage is equal to effort arm by load arm. Mechanical advantage is equal to effort arm by load arm. Now let us solve a problem based on this formula. Mechanical advantage is equal to effort arm by load arm. Now we have studied about lever. Levers are further classified in three classes. These three classes are class 1 lever, class 2 lever and class 3 lever. Now first we discuss about class 1 lever. What is class 1 lever? The type of lever in which the fulcrum is located between the load and effort is called what? Class 1 lever. The lever in which fulcrum is located between the load and effort, that is known as what? Class 1 lever. Some examples of class 1 lever are scissors, pliers, seesaw, etc. Okay, now points related to class 1 lever are here. Class 1 lever always changes the direction of force. Means what? If we are applying downward effort on a class 1 lever, then it always results in upward movement of load. You can understand this term by taking an example of seesaw. Whenever we apply downward force on one end of the seesaw, then the other end of the seesaw goes upward. Then we can see here that we are applying the downward force and the other the load is going upward. So it is clear now. The next point is that the mechanical advantage of class 1 lever can be greater than, equal to, or less than 1. Now question arises that when the mechanical advantage will be more than 1, when it will be less than 1, and when it will be equal to 1. Now let us discuss on that topic, on that thing. As we know that the mechanical advantage is equal to effort arm by load arm. So whenever the effort arm is greater than load arm, whenever the effort arm is greater than the load arm, then the mechanical advantage will be what? More than 1. And if the effort arm is less than load arm, then the mechanical advantage will be less than 1. And if both are equal, means what? If the effort arm and load arm both are equal, then the mechanical advantage of the lever will be equal to 1. Now second type of lever is class 2 lever. What is class 2 lever? See, the type of lever in which the load is located between effort and fulcrum. The type of lever in which load is located between effort and fulcrum is called class 2 lever. That means what? In class 1 lever we have studied, we saw that there the fulcrum is located between effort and load. But in class 2 lever, just like in class 1 lever, you have studied that fulcrum is always located between load and effort. Okay, load and effort. But in class 2 lever, this is the class 1 lever, this is the class 1 lever. But in class 2 lever, just another thing is there. Okay, in class 2 lever, the load is between the fulcrum. This is the load, okay, and this is the effort. Okay, and you can see that in class 2 lever the load is located between effort and fulcrum. Okay, so it is clear that in class 2 lever, the class 2 lever is a type of lever. Class 2 lever is a type of lever in which load is located between effort and fulcrum. This is the fulcrum and this is the effort. Okay, so it is clear. Some examples of class 2 lever are bottle opener, wheelbarrow, nutcrackers, and we have seen all the things which are written here in example, and you can experience that definition in all the examples. One more point about class 2 lever is that the mechanical advantage of class 2 lever. The mechanical advantage of class 2 lever is always greater than 1. Means what? The mechanical advantage of class 2 lever is always greater than 1. Why? Why is it here? Because we know that you can see here the fulcrum is located at the end, load is located between the effort and fulcrum. So you can see that the effort arm is always greater than the load arm. The effort arm always greater than the load arm, and you know that the mechanical advantage is equal to effort arm by load arm. And here we can see that in class 2 lever the effort arm is always greater than load arm. So the mechanical advantage of class 2 lever is always greater than 1. Okay. Now let us discuss the next type of lever, which is class 3 lever. So now let us see what is class 3 lever. What is class 3 lever? The type of lever in which the effort is located between the load and fulcrum. In which the effort is located between the load and fulcrum. That type of lever is known as class 3 lever. Okay, that means what? In in the class 1 lever, we saw that the fulcrum is located between the effort and load. In class 2 lever, we saw that the load is located between effort and fulcrum. Now we will see that the effort is located between the load and fulcrum. Okay, some examples of class 3 lever. Class 3 lever are tongs, fishing rod, and broom, and there are many examples you can see in your surroundings. Okay, and one more point about the class 3 lever is that the mechanical advantage of class 3 lever is always smaller than 1. As you know that in class 1 lever the mechanical advantage may be equal to 1, more than 1 or less than 1. In class 2 lever the mechanical advantage is always greater than 1, because in that case in case of class 2 lever effort arm is always greater than load arm. And in this class of lever, in the third class of lever, the effort arm is always less than load arm. The effort arm is always less than the load arm. That's why the mechanical advantage of class 3 lever is always smaller than 1. So the first type of simple machine is over. Now let us see a problem based on lever. Okay. Now let us see a problem based on lever. Okay. The question is, in a lever the fulcrum is at one end of the lever rod of 80 cm and the load is at other end. An effort of 30 Newton is exerted at the distance of 20 cm from the fulcrum. Calculate the following. First question is the length of the load arm. Second is the length of the effort arm. Third is the mechanical advantage of the lever, and fourth is the load. Okay, so what is given in the question, let us write. And first of all, let us see a diagram which can be drawn with the help of this question. Here you can see that as per the question, the fulcrum is located at the end of the rod, at the end of the lever, and the load is located at the other end of the lever, and an effort is applied between the load and fulcrum. And the something also given in that the distance between fulcrum and effort is 20 cm, and the length of the rod is 80 cm. Means what? The distance between the fulcrum and load is 80 cm. Now let us see what will be the answer of first question. The first question is the length of the load arm. Means what? Load arm is equal to what? Load arm is the distance between the fulcrum and load. So the distance between the fulcrum is here and load is here. So distance from here to here is 80 cm. So answer will be 80 cm. Now second question is the length of effort arm. Second is the length of effort arm. Effort arm is equal to, and in the question it is said that the effort is applied at the distance of 20 cm from fulcrum. That means what? The distance between the effort and fulcrum is 20 cm. So effort arm is 20 cm. Now the next question is the mechanical advantage of the lever. Let us see how to solve this question, how to calculate the mechanical advantage of the lever. See here, we know that question C. We know that mechanical advantage is equal to what? Effort arm by load arm. So effort arm is what? Effort arm is 20 cm by load arm is 80 cm. You will get 2 by 8, and after calculation you will get what? 0.25. So mechanical advantage of the lever is what? 0.25, which is less than 1. Now third is load. What is that? Means you have to calculate the load which is lifted by the what? Lever. Let us see how to calculate the load which is lifted by the lever. D. You have to find out load. Load is equal to what? We have mechanical advantage. Mechanical advantage is equal to 0.25. What we have just recently we have found out it. Okay, and the effort is also given, an effort of 30 Newton. So effort is equal to what? Effort is equal to what? 30 Newton. And we know that mechanical advantage is equal to load by effort. Now put the value, you will get mechanical advantage is 0.25 and load is, we don't have load, we have to find out it. So load by effort is 30 Newton. After multiplying, so load is equal to 0.25 into 30 Newton means what? .5 Newton. Load is 7.5 Newton. I think you understood how to solve this type of question. All the topics of lever related to lever completed. Now in the next session we will discuss about the second type of simple machine. Okay, till then just keep studying all the things whatever I have taught in the class, and just keep on writing all the things in your notebook. Okay, bye.